my dear little Solias. Today, we are going to talk about the deep motivations behind such an interesting profession as escorting. Actually, escorting is just regular prostitution, but to say, I'm a prostitute is like comparing yourself to something from a train station, toothless, something that stands by the highway, uses illegal substances, and gives oral sex to some truck driver. That's something so nasty and dirty. But what about an escort girl? She's this beautiful girl who lives in the United Arab Emirates in Dubai and sails on a luxurious yacht with sheikhs. She gets diamonds as gifts every day, and her bank account is constantly topped up. She travels a lot, and she has so many beautiful handbags, Birkin, Chanel, and she just laughs in expensive restaurants. Ha ha ha, oh ho ho, everything is so glamorous. And A makes her videos on TikTok. Do you want that too? Do you want that too? I invite other girls to join this activity. Yes? It's so simple, such easy money, it's so beautiful.
Here on the table, well, there's about 6 million rubles laid out.
This is Chanel, Louis Vuitton, Dior, Gucci, Dolce & Gabbana, Valentino, Bulgari, Prada, Bottega Veneta, Burberry, call them whatever you like.
But we both know perfectly well that escorting is no different from prostitution, right? It's just that there's kind of a shift in perspective with these names. Like today they're trying to sugarcoat it, to cover it with a little veil, calling it escorting, saying it's just companionship.
If we compare, escorting is more like a restaurant, while a cafe is different. That is, in a restaurant, the atmosphere is different. In a restaurant, the goal is for you to sit as long as possible, to enjoy yourself. Each dish is served and presented. There are beautiful entrances and exits, beautiful restrooms. Everything is great, everything is convenient, everything is for comfort, so that you have impressions and emotions.
With a prostitute, everything is simpler, everything is more straightforward. An hour costs this much, and here, companionship costs this much. And so, what is included in this companionship? Naturally, it includes intimate services, but it's as if it doesn't. They don't take a prostitute out somewhere in public spaces, but an escort can sometimes even be taken along to, I don't know, some social event, right? It's like her professional duties are broader and it kind of makes her look better, right?
She's a more educated girl, she knows how to communicate, she speaks several languages, she knows how to set the table properly, how to eat, what to use, how to keep up a conversation. And a prostitute, I think, is someone who just does anything, anywhere.
In any way. Okay, which niche did you work in?
I was in both.
I provide companionship, I understand politics, I know several languages, it's something more respectable. And we can see how skillfully, from such a marginal environment, which we have always considered actually, yes, prostitution is something like that. Thank you. Antisocial.
You just lie down, I'll give you a blowjob to get you going, I'll do everything for you, and we'll finish with sex.
So you don't need to. It doesn't add up. 120 and plus no.
I won't total it. If there are two of you, I can give a discount and take 50 rubles off. Well, it comes out to 125, 120 in the bushes, but since there are two of you, it's double. You two together. That's actually very cheap.
Do you understand?
Well, we can go right now to help you relax.
It's so popular right now, so trendy, so appealing. And is it really like that? We'll talk about that now too. First of all, starting with the motive, let's slowly dive from the top down, like this, into the depths. But, as I already said, the tip of this iceberg is how glamorous it looks. And many of us are fellow escorts. People don't always realize she's an escort. Sometimes you just think she's someone's wife. Maybe she's someone's daughter. Maybe she's just some blogger, a public figure. Sometimes you don't even know that she's a foreigner at all, just some girl with some Slavic appearance. Maybe she's Polish or Czech. Who knows? You subscribed? But then you realize that you never see her boyfriend there, you never see her husband. You never see her professional activities. You just see a change of looks, styles, outfits. You see one country after another. And there's this suspiciously perfect image. And you start to wonder if maybe you've subscribed to an escort. You may have several subscriptions and then discover you're subscribed to an escort. And she only shows you the very best highlights. Only the very, very best side of her workdays, so to speak. She doesn't show you the beatings. She doesn't show you her depressive states, which she definitely has. She doesn't show you her chemical dependency. That is, a large percentage of girls are actually struggling with substance dependence.
Those who use and drink will earn more because at parties they'll be kept around longer and might even get tips. And those who are actually addicts, they're not sleepy, so to speak. And they want it to last longer, so that's why they keep them around. If you don't use, they won't keep you around. Of course, you'll earn less.
They use alcohol, they use drugs, they get stuck in it. Yes, that's actually true. And she doesn't tell you how many sexually transmitted diseases she's treated over the years. She doesn't tell you how many abortions she's had, how many people she had to serve in one night, how many old asses and grey balls she had to lick, suck, and give blowjobs to. Yes. How many times she was treated rudely, how often people put out their cigarette butts on her. They threw sausage casings or tangerine peels at her. How many times she was forced to poop in someone's mouth, or how many times someone pooped in her mouth. How many times her nose, legs, or arms were broken. How many times she was dragged by her hair. They didn't pay. She won't tell all of that. She'll just make a video on TikTok. How wonderful it all was, how fast and easy the money was for her.
Fast and wonderful wife, and he decided to invite me to take his wife's place, and I was welcomed with open arms in this company. That was probably the most intimate sex of my life.
Listen, that's cool, and you'll just be jealous of her beautiful Instagram picture. Isn't that right? And that's something you definitely need to keep in mind, that everything has another side to it. And the other side of escorting is prostitution. Let's not fantasize or escape into a world of illusions, dreams, and fantasies. It's prostitution. So, prostitution is actually one of the most dangerous things. One of the professions, if you can even call it that, and it's an ancient profession, one of the oldest professions as we all know. It has a huge range of side effects. So, besides something quick, seemingly joyful, fun, bright, and colorful, those are, let's say, superficial motives. There are motives that go a bit deeper. Now I'm going to go a little deeper. First of all, there's the illusion of control, that I control my own reality. I created myself with my own hands.
That's where I get that desire, that sense of control, that recognition of myself as sexual and desirable.
Because some kind of marriage, or even just being just one particular man's mistress, it's about a kind of slavery, about something where you are taken under control and you have to serve. But here, first of all, I am in an eternal celebration, in some kind of constant joy and delight.
And I wanted to be the best at this, to get that feedback from men, like, you're so special, you're exceptional, oh my God, you did this, I've never had sex like this before.
Meanwhile, I'm the one in control. I create my so-called flexible schedule myself. If I want to do something, I do it. If I don't want to, I don't.
I work 24/7, and I always try to combine even my downtime with work. Well, actually, no. When I go somewhere to relax in other countries, I don't work simply because there usually aren't any Russian men there, and I'm not really fond of foreigners.
I control my own reality. For example, I just felt like it and went on vacation somewhere with my friend, and it's just the two of us there. Usually, 2 girlfriends are 2 sparks. And no one will tell me whether I can go or not. Not any husband, not any dad, not any lover.
Most couples, that's how it is. Everything's just messed up. And you just realize that you feel good, at peace. And if you don't find a decent, worthy person in all this chaos, well, You're probably not really willing to sign up for it at all, because why would you need that?
And why do we sometimes even see that these are girls from stable homes? No, of course, the statistics are different. The statistics, of course, mostly show that they usually come from unstable families.
This whole story about starting work early, which happened even before escorting, was also to some extent forced. I tried living with my father and with my mother. In the end, we lived with my grandmother and great-grandmother. The living conditions there were not very good at all. It was just a room in a communal apartment.
But overall, we see that even straight A girls sometimes end up there. And you start to wonder, how is that possible? But there, I had to live up to expectations. People there had certain expectations at school, right? My parents. But here, on the contrary, I want to just indulge in all this crap myself and do something different as a counterbalance. And now I'm the one controlling my life, not you anymore. You don't need to pretend to be someone you're not. Here I know exactly. I'll go with this one, not that one.
Because we text each other, I handle the conversations myself. As soon as he starts saying, hey, what's your deal? Why can't you come over to my place? Then I realize right away that we won't get along and don't need to meet.
No one else can tell me how to live anymore. That's a very important piece in choosing this line of work, an important motivation. Let's move on if we're going to go deeper. And of course, we will be diving into some traumatic events. I still create what I want to heal. I create even if it's all dressed up, right? But BDSM is the sadism that was inflicted on me back then and there. And I want to relive it again and again and again and again, because any trauma that I once experienced demands repetition. Why does it demand repetition? In order to heal, in order to be worked through, in order to go through this final act, right? But the psyche doesn't know that it's impossible to heal by going through this trauma again and again. But it's as if I go through it, I can change something, I can fix something in it. I will be able to shift this vector in another direction. I will succeed. I will be able to lead this somehow.
Honestly, I got into escort work thinking, you're all bastards, I'll fuck every one of you and take your money too.
Don't you ever feel like you're being used? No, I don't feel that way. I actually feel like I'm the one using them. And a lot of men come to me and say, the most important thing for me is to satisfy you. What matters most to me is you. Sometimes it happens that, I don't know, I persuade someone to have quick sex, they fuck me, I finish, and I say, well, that's it, baby.
But that's not true. It's just another trap. In reality, I get even more traumatized. I bury myself even deeper in my trouble, in my pain, in my sadness, depression, in my anguish, in my self-hatred. And this self-hatred, if you pay attention, there's a lot of it in escorting. There's very little of this self-punishing critical part. Destructive, annihilating.
Golden showers as well.
That's when they pee, right? Yes.
Yes, well, that's normal. That's still okay. But what about this scat stuff? Do they pee in the mouth or what?
So I offer all the services, come over. And we see such a ruthless attitude towards physicality. They come in at that moment that they're abusing themselves. Through food.
There was a big crisis in 2022 when I went back to escorting. Because of that, I gained 25 kilograms.
So, this is an eating disorder. We see this very often among escorts. She either develops bulimia, induces vomiting, yes, self-induced vomiting. She develops anorexia, refuses to eat. She exhausts herself with workouts at the gym and turns into a man. She gets tattoos on her body. She is ruthless toward her own body. After all, selling your body, right, on a daily basis to different people. That is being ruthless toward your own body. So back then, someone was just as ruthless toward her.
I had a bad incident involving a fall from a third-floor window.
But even that, as it turned out, didn't guarantee Lola her freedom. The men followed her outside and tried to drag her back. She was saved, can you imagine, by random passers-by who called the police and an ambulance. Lola was eventually taken to the hospital, and it turned out she had a fractured pelvis. Both of her legs were also broken.
And it all started with what seemed like an innocent offer to play cards. Instead, Lola was handcuffed to the bed all night.
And she continues to be merciless toward herself. And it's as if she has a need to be humiliated, a need to lick up that vomit off some kind of carpet. There's a need to be beaten. There's a need to suffer.
Медитации и видео.
Subtitles created by
Понять себя и научиться справляться. В группе Вероники Степановой «Разреши себе успех».
There's a need to suffer. Subtitles. And as if to be reborn from it all over again. That is to get out, to rest. Go warm up in the sauna, hammam, jacuzzi, soak for a few days. It's like coming to your senses a little bit, and then diving into it again.
I saw it more as a game. I would immediately slip into character. I played this role, just like an actress on stage, and that's it.
I leave and forget about everything.
It was hard?
Of course, at first it was hard, but this is a game.
Then, as I already said, the drug use starts to build up, which also starts this vicious cycle. In order to use, you have to work. And to work, you have to go, some kind of accounting job. Or just work in your field. I'm a lawyer, I'm a doctor. I could do something else, but that's too hard. And drugs, they help to numb this pain somehow. Think about that. And I need money for another dose, so to speak. I go to work again, I use again. I work, I use, I work, I use. And it even feels like I have everything under control. But in this torment, because it is torment. And this celebration you see on social media, it's fake. It's a deception. It's not true. You're being misled. It's about pain. It's humiliation. It's about exhaustion. It's actually about emptiness and about a path not just to nowhere, but a path to rapid destruction.
There's a very popular service where a man looks for a girl whose teeth he could knock out for $100,000. I have a friend who, working in this field in this country, didn't realize that no one would knock her teeth out gently. They used her for sexual purposes, did all the dirty things. They literally smashed her face. Her jaw was dislocated. She was biting on straws.
Next, there's another important point that I still want to mention. The environment in which the girl grew up can often turn out to be, well, the same goes for boys, by the way. We have a lot of escorts. Roma had an escort living with him. He was, and I don't know, maybe he still is. So, the environment they grew up in implied that this was normal. That it's completely natural, and there's nothing wrong with it.
My mom did the same thing. I've known about it since childhood. That's right, and my mom knows. My uncle, aunt, little brother, and sister know too. Everyone reacts normally.
For example, consider Bonya and her daughter. Her daughter faces the fact that these are all her mom's girlfriends. It's all very easy. It's something carefree, frivolous, accessible, understandable, where there are no doubts at all. You don't have to study. She doesn't study. She's just enrolled in an online school. Well, we'll see her deteriorate. And so she and her mom are living in the same kind of rhythm. And we understand what direction is being set for the child and how easy it is. You can dive right in there as well. I mean, this environment is conducive to being part of it. And the probability, as you well understand, is high. Continue in mom's footsteps. Yes? The next important point, of course, is blackmail. And there's a lot of that too. In fact, there are girls who seem to have ended up in this. Someone told them back then, you know, I actually have a video. I actually have your photos. And I'm going to show it now. To your group, to your parents, if you don't do what I tell you. And you might think, well, this is crazy. What kind of garbage is this? What nonsense? No, it's not crazy. It's not nonsense. It's not garbage. These are the kinds of manipulations from some pimps, right? Or from some older girlfriends who benefit from selling. Another victim. And that's exactly what can play a cruel joke on a person. And if teenagers are driven by this kind of manipulation and blackmail to die by suicide, and we know quite a few such cases. And by the way, I always tell you about this, girls. You should never pay blackmailers with anything, not with your body, not with money, time, or anything. You should never make any deals with him. If you've ever sent your photos to someone, if there are any videos somewhere, believe me, you liked yourself back then. You were in your best shape. You were young, beautiful, and gorgeous back then. Your butt, boobs, and privates will be discussed for exactly 4 seconds. Then everyone will go about their own business. No one will ever think about you. Everyone only thinks about themselves. Remember this, for God's sake. That's it. And today, almost everyone has photos like that on their phone or somewhere else. Some people even have their own homemade porn videos. And this is something that has already become a normal part of our lives. Everyone has their own nude photos on their phone. They hacked it, showed it, saw it, and thank God. There's nothing deadly about it, believe me. I'm beautiful, I'm lovely. If I took a picture of it, I must have admired it. That's it, let others admire it too, but as I said, they'll only admire it for 4 seconds. Tomorrow they'll admire something new and discuss something else. That's why I strongly recommend that you don't close your mind, don't give in to your fears, but take this lightly and calmly. Stop taking so seriously the fact that some photos existed somewhere once. Well, let them look, let them masturbate. Well, let them have some fun, make someone happy, enjoy themselves. So this social pressure, yes, it's not even social pressure. How can I put it? It's more like influence from some sides, yes, from certain people that also takes place. And here, it's as if this vicious cycle starts again for the person, as if they can't get out of it. And these girls, yes, have already surrounded her like wolves. That if you step out of line now, we have all kinds of dirt on you. Let me bring up, yes, even Trump right now. I'll use Trump as an example here. It feels like right now he's not guided by his own sincere motives or desires, you know. It's like he's been caught by blackmailers. I mean, hypothetically, I could just be imagining this right now. By the way, let me know in the comments if you agree with me or not. Let's say, for example, Netanyahu has some kind of compromising material, maybe from those Epstein lists, for instance. Somewhere in there, Trump is lying cuddled up with kids. And now, as if he faces a choice, right? Either publish it, they'll publish those files where he doesn't look good, or he has to do what Netanyahu tells him. That could be the case. It feels like he's not doing this of his own free will, right? Like he's being pushed into it. It's like you can't believe it. It's as if he's doing these things under threat of death. Yes, there's this bravado, this kind of spontaneity. But this bravado, it's not like it comes out of nowhere. It's as if it's born from some kind of fear. I have a feeling that he's being seriously blackmailed. By the way, let me know if you have similar suspicions, because something strange is going on. So they're telling him, listen, you're going to get rich now. Everything will be fine for you. By the way, he actually became fabulously rich, unlike when he was in his first term. He actually lost money during his first term. And now he's really taken off. He and all his relatives have taken off. And it's like someone told him, you'll get rich, but if you start taking steps in the wrong direction, we'll publish it. And then you'll be in for it. There's also a very important motive, which will probably be quite obvious. After all, it's quite significant. It's when a person is running away from some kind of emotional pain. A person really wants to shift their focus, to escape, to disappear into something, into some kind of abyss. And then there's this pain, and even an attempt to get revenge, as if saying, well, I'll get back at you now. To get revenge on their parent. To get revenge on your loved one, your partner. To get revenge on the person the girl was in love with. And this pain and the desire to get revenge through something like, I'll act in porn, I'll become a prostitute. Yes, just like that, in a dark, dirty way. I'll use drugs, I'll destroy myself. Like, look at this. Look, I've fallen. Look, I'm falling apart. Yes, to provoke that reaction. Oh, child, what have I done? How I need you right now. Oh, my love, how could I lose you? You right now. What happened to you? Come on, let's fix everything. Let me bring you back. Let's make everything like it was before. Forgive me, forgive me, forgive me. Yes, and now I just want to crush you. I want to grind you down. I kind of want to hurt you, just like you hurt me. This moment of revenge and shifting the focus away from that emotional pain, that's also a very strong reason to get into it. Next, adrenaline-fueled activities like that. Often we see that a person gets into, let's say, the biker scene, into some kind of extreme sport, sometimes even into antisocial actions like robberies or violence. And here, it's also something sociopathic, adrenaline-driven, and every time there's some kind of uncertainty. Who will those people be? Where are we going? What will they do to us? It's like they... And your heart skips a beat. It's so scary, so frightening. Every time it's like something inside you flinches. And ahead there's something unknown. Oh Lord, will I survive or not? It's like some kind of game with death. And you're walking on a razor's edge. You never know where this path will lead you. What will happen? What will happen? What will happen? What if you run into some maniac? And you'll have to run to save yourself. And any escort girl will tell you a crazy number of these stories.
He would pull out some of his swords. He was always showing them off. He would pull out a gun. He said that he was an FSB agent. He insisted on it. And actually that unprotected sex ended up happening. I ran out like that. After that, I scrubbed myself with a sponge, all of it. And then naturally, my brain kind of forgot about it all.
There's also this motive to write a book about your own life. And that book about your own life, it grows bigger every year. These stories keep piling up. It collects these kinds of stories. It's like a whole, it's as if someone is already writing their own memoirs in their head. I'm not just some nobody. I have a lot of life experience behind me. I know life, I know people. I'm practically a born psychologist. So much has happened. Yes, so much has happened. Another very important theme is running away from yourself. Because the foundation of this is still very painful. Definitely, with an extremely low self-esteem.
It's so hurtful to get comments like, you're fat, your teeth are crooked, your face looks weird. No hater hates me as much as that.
As much as I hate myself. Which again makes me constantly try to prove myself.
Reminded me, you had no luck with boys?
No, I didn't.
Well, isn't that a trigger that now you're so beautiful, like that's it, I'm gonna show you all? Yes.
That's daddy issues. That's girls who often have problems with their relationship with their father. And this endless need for male approval. Criticism and approval, criticism and approval. And he keeps praising her, praising her. Oh, how beautiful you are. Dance for me, da-da-da-da-da, dance. Here's some money for you. I'll throw it like this. I'll throw money at you. Gold, diamonds. Oh, come on, good. Dance, dance. Oh, my queen, my princess, da-da-da-da-da. I am Kerizan and Lenishina. And she's like, I am Kerizan Lenishina. La 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 la. I can even convert to Islam. And I'll be the same way too. As a concubine. Yes, so the girl is asserting herself. And this is an escape from painful inner emotions. Notice, if you observe them closely, there's no depth there. There's nothing but pure fakery there. She will always be pretending to be something. That's not her. In reality, she left her soul a long time ago. She ran away from herself, and she's afraid to come back to herself. She's afraid to even get in touch with herself. And all conversations will be very superficial. Connections will be superficial. Friends, girlfriends, they'll be just some random people. You bought a purse? I just bought a purse. Let's go. Yeah. Of course, there is a certain group of girls who will pretend to be like that. Some pseudo-intellectuals pretending to be well-read. But it's all going to be like a soap bubble. It's all going to be fake. It's not about depth, not about something real, not about something serious. It's all about creating some kind of image, an illusory image of themselves. It's like painting a picture of themselves. In general, they tend to construct an image of themselves. You look at yourself from the outside through social media. Oh, did I write it beautifully here? And here I look beautiful, right? Here I look unusual. Oh, yes, perfect, right? Perfect. Such perfectionism often gets woven in here. It's all here. And I just showed you how multifaceted trauma is, or rather, I will show you. It's so all-encompassing, so all-consuming. And it can correlate, by the way, with narcissism as well. And here I see this type. There are several of them. Some people may develop bipolar affective disorder or borderline personality disorder. It could be antisocial types, sociopaths. And with a bit of a narcissistic touch, just a little bit of that sprinkled in. That's what I see for the most part. So, in short, my dears, let me know what else you want to know about this topic. What else are you curious about, my sweethearts and darlings? Where am I waiting for you all? In my psychotherapy group. Right now, my group and I are working through anxiety. In light of recent events, well, they're not even recent anymore. These events have been going on year after year. Yes, our anxiety is growing. It's becoming harder and harder to cope with it. So we have a lot of amazing exclusive video lectures from me. I offer wonderful exercises, meditations, metaphorical cards, and so much more. I'm in touch with you non-stop every day. The monthly subscription costs just a few pennies, like a cup of coffee. Yes, it's a very symbolic payment. And I do this intentionally so that any girl, even a very young student from a small town, could afford it. That's my goal. That's why I want you to follow the link and join our private group, my dears. And I send you gentle kisses and hugs.